Dear friends, this subject is self-awareness. We are intelligent creatures, and because of our God-given intelligence, we have brought our outside world and the environment under our control. Look, we don't have to suffer like other creatures bearing the heat and cold. We have our luxury houses. We can turn heat into cold and vice versa, cold into heat. And look at our lifestyle. Our lifestyle, the luxurious lifestyle, is a result of our intelligence. And we have extensively used our intelligence to create a comfortable life, comfortable environment, safe environment, healthy environment for ourselves. But here's my point. On the inside, we are uncomfortable. We are unaware of our inside. The heat and cold that make us suffer inside, we have little knowledge about it and almost no control over it. Let's say something triggers anger in ourselves. Just let's say a bad word from a friend. They were just words, entered our ears, and it went inside and turned our day into night. Did we want our friends' simple words to affect us so much? We didn't want it. That's the same as in the middle of winter. Do you want to be affected by cold? No. So we turn on the heat, different types of heaters and electric and wood, etc. we have. We make the environment temperature moderate for ourselves. Did we want the simple words of our friend to turn our good relationship into a cold relationship and stress us beyond imagination? Turn our happiness into unhappiness? We didn't want. I bet you nobody wants it. But it does happen to all of us. And now another example. Our other emotion called sensuality gets triggered wherever it wants to get triggered. It does not know boundaries. This is like heat affecting you. So do you want in the middle of summer to be living in, let's say, Arizona, United States, without fan, air condition, and so on? You don't want it. As a result, we have our outside environment under our control. But believe me, in Canada, America, Europe, wherever you go, people have very little knowledge of why their sensual desires get triggered without their intention, without any control over it. It shows that we have little control or almost no control over it. Another time, we see a friend of ours having something better than us. Immediately, there is another type of emotion that we feel within ourselves. It's called jealousy. So did you want to feel jealous? Ask anyone, is jealousy a good emotion? They all call it a negative one. But who in the world does not feel jealous of another good friend who has something better than him or her? So only I give 3 examples out of thousands and thousands, indicating that while we are fully aware of our outside environment and have it brought under almost good control of ourselves, we can fly wherever we want, we can go on the ocean, we can live wherever we want, we can protect ourselves against diseases, the environment, and so on. But when it comes to inside, the human has very little knowledge about. The human, as a matter of fact, thinks it's just we are just a physical body, like, God forbid, other animals. But we are not. We are a body, and within the body, there is another environment that we have. A whole world that is hidden inside. A world million times bigger than our physical body that is contained inside ourselves. As much things going on in the outside world, there are things going on inside ourselves. We have one environment outside to meet with people, to meet with good people and bad people. Inside also, when you're alone, when you're doing an activity, or even when you're worshiping, inside you are busy with sometimes good people and lots of time with bad people, bad conversations, hostile conversations, revengeful conversations. So on the outside, we know where to stop people, how to secure our environment. We have locks, we have the walls, we have passwords for our computer, we have security systems, alarms, and so on. But when it comes to inside, we have no control of who comes, what's going on inside. A lot of time, annoying, destructive, and bothering movies running inside, thoughts running inside, the ones we don't want. Let's say, at a happy time, who wants to remember a sad story that happened years ago? All of a sudden you remember it. Your wife remembers it, and then she relates it to you, and it turns the evening into a sad evening. Or you remember a sad story, sad memory about your wife, about your children, and then you relate it to them, and it changes your mood and affects your relationships. So the point I'm making is that on the outside we have security systems, police forces, health systems, so many types of disinfecting materials, so many ways to keep our environment clean. When it comes to inside, we have no idea how to cleanse it, how to get rid of wrong thoughts, how to get rid of revengeful thoughts that have been hurting us for years and years. Obviously, through the help of intelligence in science and technology, we revolutionized our outside environment. We made it a comfortable life. We don't have to run like animals. We have a luxury car in which we sit in. Comfortably we drive. With the power of the soul, we could have made this environment a most comfortable one. We could have brought this environment also under somewhat control or even under full control. And at the end, I would like to mention that by studying science, technology, engineering, and putting efforts in those fields, we got access to controlling the world and bringing the world under our control by using different methods, few of which I will mention. We cleanse our inside world, cleanse our ego, purify our heart, purify our mind and brain. There are methods for it. One of them is called Remembrance of God. So repeating God's name filters our heart of all impurities, cleanses our ego from malicious desires, from jealousy, anger, inappropriate sensuality, and so on. So at the end, I'm concluding that as much as science and technology and our intelligence have helped us to make this world a comfortable place for ourselves, there are methods, spiritual methods, the practice of which will make our inside world also a peaceful one, a beautiful one. And I said one of them is remembrance of God, repeating God's names will feed our soul, will create a balance between our physical world and our spiritual world. Don't want to make this talk long. I'm so happy that I had the opportunity to share my passionate thoughts with you, because myself, I experienced this peaceful world inside as much as I feel it outside. And I say, why shouldn't I share it with my other fellow human beings? Thank you very much for watching. Have a beautiful evening or day or morning, depending on where you are.